we are now running this Buildah container, and I've exposed port 3000 here. So if we run a container in here, it'll be exposed on port 3000. Okay. So then we're going to use Buildah to build a Buildah container inside a source here. So if you look, this has a Docker file. It's our index.js. If I say cat index.js, you can see here it's just our node service that we wrote a couple chapters ago. Okay. Now, Buildah has a particular way of building containers that you can go in. It's kind of built to be built interactively. So rather than having like a Docker file, you go and you say like, okay, we're going to start from here and then do this to the container, and you do it just with the command line interactively. It's kind of a fun way to build containers. We're not going to be doing that because it would take a bunch of time, and I'll leave you to do that if you're interested in doing Buildah. This is more just to introduce you to it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to say Buildah, and then you can say build using Docker file. So Buildah knows how to read Docker files, which is pretty cool, right? Or if you don't want to type build using Docker file, they shortened that to BUD, build using Docker file. You tell it the file, which is ./Docker file, and you're going to give it a tag, just like you would in with Docker, and you're going to say my app Buildah, whatever you want to call it, tag it, and then period. So from there, it's going to go and install all the necessary things that you need. It's going to go grab them off a Docker hub. I don't know why that's flashing so much. So this will take a second because this is not going to pull from the Docker cache, right? Because it's a different product than Docker. So that downloaded Node 12 stretch. You could also change this to Node Alpine. It would be totally fine, and it would take a little less time to download. And this is going to go piece by piece and build our Docker file, or build our Buildah container with our Docker file. So you can see there it's running our npm install there. It's going to run npm CI. Copy our node directory over. And there you go. We successfully built a Buildah container using a Docker file. So let's do a Buildah inspect. What did I call it? Did I call it my app Buildah? That's good. I think I did. Same thing here. You can see all the various things it did. You can see all the layers that it did, so on and so forth. Okay. So there is some overlap between what Buildah can do and what Podman can do. It's not as clean cut as you might think it is. You can actually use Buildah to run containers as well, but you use it more like to do like the Docker run one command and then finish kind of scenario. Podman is more for like, I want to run a web server and I want you to manage this for me, right? Whereas Buildah can say like, hey, do a thing with a container and then finish. So they kind of separate that out between Buildah and Podman. So what we could do here is we can say Buildah run --net host my app. Oh, I have to do that thing first. You have to do this, sorry. Buildah from my app Buildah, like that. Because you have to get the container started first. So now I have it started. And can I do like a Buildah PS? Does it know how to do that? It does. Okay, so I can see here that I've started this, and I have it's running in the background. So the my app Buildah working container. So this is the image, my app Buildah, and then working container is the actually executing container at this moment in time. And then now what I can do is I can say Buildah run --net host my app Buildah, or just paste that in there from up there. My app Buildah working container, which is what it called it right there. And then I can pass into it -- space bash, and this will execute that against the container, which is going to drop me into the executing container. So now I'm inside of a container, which is inside of a container, right? So I'm inside of a Docker container which had Buildah installed, and then I use that to execute the container which is running inside of the same context. So now if I say cat etc issue, what do we expect to see? Debian, because that's what we built our container with. And now you can see I'm here. I could say node index.js, and everything will execute just fine. And it would be great. So let's stop that. We'll exit out of here. And I can say Buildah, is it stop? Let me look, I don't remember. Kill, maybe? Remove. Yep. So I can say Buildah rm my app Buildah working container, and that'll go and actually shut down the container from running. So that's kind of like what Buildah can do for you. Like I said, there's some overlap with Podman, because Podman is built for executing containers. Buildah is more, as it may sound, built for building containers. But there's some overlap in what they can do.